Good, good morning, members of council and staff. I will call this meeting to order. Uh, Members of council, we don't normally do this, but I'm going to ask that you rise and join me in a moment of silence in remembrance of Constable Travis Jordan and Constable Brent Ryan from the Edmonton Police Department. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, before we do a roll call, can you explain the rules around meeting online, please?
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, just a reminder to our members who are participating remotely, we have electronic participation procedures as part of the procedural bylaw. They are one of the appendices. Those procedures note that members participating remotely should have their camera on for the duration of the meeting. This assists the chair with identifying show of hand votes when they occur for remote participants.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. Now I'd like you to conduct a roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Electronic roll call is starting now.
Councillor Nicholson, you're in the room, can you? Okay, members of council, sometimes when we ask for a roll call, you need to give it a good 2-second count before you push the button. If you're too quick, you won't be counted. So Councillor Nicholson, we know that you're here, and online, both members of council are online as well. Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. Declarations of interest. I see none in the room. Mr. Clerk, any online? Okay, thank you. There are no statutory public meetings. There are no presentations. There are no delegations. No correspondence. On reports, first report is revisions to the Seton Phase 1 Regional Infrastructure Front-Ending Agreement. It's located on page 3 of your agenda. There is a recommendation there. Could I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Marin Pietri, seconded by Councillor Leahy. The item is now on the floor. Comments or questions on the item? Thank you, Councillor Schumer. Or Mayor Schumer, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Through you to staff. Obviously, I wasn't on regional council back when a lot of this was put together. If I could just get a quick summary from the commissioner on how exactly these systems work. I think I understand the funding of it, but just as far as the tie-in, the maintenance, just a quick summary on these.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to the Commissioner of Works first, Mr. Presta.
Thank you, and through the chair, as any development proceeds, developers construct regional infrastructure, and once the regional infrastructure is out of the 2-year maintenance, then the region owns and maintains the system. So there's nothing in particular different in Seton than other developments with respect to ownership and maintenance. The one thing is in Seton, the developers front-ended the infrastructure, and they obtain DC credits for that.
Okay, thank you. I guess I was reading more into this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? In opposition? Seeing none, that carries. Members of council, will move on to report 2023 COW-11 Lakeshore East GO Extension Transuranic Development. It's located on page 8 of your agenda. There is a recommendation Could I get a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Councillor Shahid, seconded by Councillor Wu. The item is now on the floor. Comments or questions? Start with Mayor Foster. Mayor Foster?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to thank you. I want to thank staff for the huge amount of work that has been put into this file for members of council that hadn't been around for a long period of time. Durham Region, while supportive a number of years back, was not, I'm going to say, particularly actively supportive of this. Hugely important if we look at the number of jobs that are being created and just finally getting the service out to the east end of Durham. If we look at the volumes, the populations, how long we have waited for this. So my thanks to you for your effort, Mayor Carter, and Oshawa staff's efforts and Clarington staff efforts, and hopefully this is the thing that will get the province to put a specific date out there that residents of Durham can understand when the GO train is finally being extended through Oshawa and into Clarington. So again, Mr. Chair, my thanks.
Thank you. Mayor Schumer.
Thank you very much, Chair, through you. So I'd just like to confirm, firstly, with staff. My understanding is this proposal still requires some very specific legislation brought in by the province. Is that correct?
I'll go to our CAO.
Yes, that is correct. And it is anticipated that this report will give the province the final nudge that it needs to set a schedule for that. The target that they gave us was by the end of Q2 this year. So we're nearing that.
Okay. And I would just like confirmation that the region is not going to be have a financial liability here at the end of the day. I know that the structure of the financing is resting on development. Of course, we don't know the timing of that. And as I understand it, any financing costs that we incur will also be recovered. So I'd just like confirmation that the region is not going to be on the hook for anything here.
The region is certainly proposing to front end some of the stations, but the intent is that we fully recover our costs through the transit fee that would be implemented as a result of our proposed strategy.
Okay. Because as I mentioned, I really don't know why Metrolinx is not essentially doing this thing, and we could certainly act as the collector of the fees and pass it on like we do for a lot of other kinds of projects and under various pieces of legislation such as the Drainage Act. But I really don't know why Metrolinx isn't running this themselves.
Mayor Schumer, you're going down a path that should be in closed session.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure how much that, according to the report, information was going to. So I'm not sure how that was going to be.
One comment.
The CAO can make a comment that it can be done in open session.
The province did make a decision multiple years ago that GO stations should be financed from the benefiting landowners, and that is what got us to where we are today.
Right. I just a little leery of the collection process. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Nicholson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just as a follow-up, I just want an assurance that we're not going to see that any costs passed on to the existing landowners. In my community, I have one station that's built in a commercial industrial area.
Councillor Nicholson, we're getting to a point where we have to go into closed session, but the answer to your question is there will be no costs.
Okay. Just there's a lot of residential houses around on the GO stations. I don't want them getting hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, more with procedure, we have working groups that are involved in presenting the regional position to the province. But the local ward councillor has never been contacted by the working group and asked for any of the opinions of our residents. And I think, while we are consulting with planners, we are consulting with transportation experts, and we're consulting with developers, we need a representative of the local community sitting on some of those working groups, at least to bring a viewpoint of the community and its concerns. We all support the project. We all want it to go forward. Ivy League, because the two stations in Oshawa, both in my ward. One is in a heavily built-up area around the Knockville site. The other is in a more open area. It's got more open land for development. There's impacts on current property owners in the Knockville site area, and their voices should also be heard. So I think we have to come up with a mechanism to allow at least the elected representative for that area a chance to comment on some of the decisions as we're being considered.
Through you, Mr. Chair. We do brief the mayor and the CAO and other staff of Oshawa regularly, and really with respect to the implications of the GO train and future land use planning and other decisions. That does rest with the city of Oshawa. So they should be engaging you and your community as appropriate as they go through the planning process.
With respect, I'm a regional councillor from Ward 5 in Oshawa. I shouldn't have to rely on other elected officials to keep me informed. If you're providing the mayor of Oshawa, as this is right, with information and providing it to staff, I think you have a responsibility to also provide it to the regional councillor for that community as well, not to have them relying on the goodwill of others. I hate to say this, it's very disrespectful that, one member of regional council is given information while other members of regional council are not.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Mayor Pietri.
Just a recorded vote at the appropriate time, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, note that, please. Councillor Wu.
Thank you.
Sorry, push request again. And you don't have to push the microphone button, just push the request. Okay, there you go.
Okay, thank you. And through the chair, and I don't know if this question may be provided to the planning or the general manager for Durham Region Transit. Now, looking at one of the attachments to the report, and it makes reference to 2019 Cal 26. And I'm looking at page 3, findings. And one of the findings from our consultant, NBLC, Barry Lyon Consult Limited, there must be frequent, reliable, and affordable transit service. And I would imagine that would be not only within Durham Region, but certainly to connect to these transit hubs. And what kind of assurance can we get that we're going to get low cost, high frequency, and consistency in service levels? One thing to bring people to there, but it's to move them within the municipality or the region too.
I'll go to Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, and through the chair. As council had passed back in February, our 10-year service plan in terms of a service and financing strategy. The intent of that strategy is to greatly enhance the frequency of local transit within Durham in support of the extension of Lakeshore East and other travel internally. So that is part of our 10-year strategy out to 2032, so that we are able to connect with much more frequent service into the Lakeshore East connections.
Yeah, thank you. And again, when I look at Clarington, Curtis Road will be one of the arteries in there. And again, sorry.
Members Council, if you're going to have more detailed questions around some of the aspects of the report that are in camera, they need to be in camera.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think this was in camera.
There are multiple moving pieces here, and I'm just trying to navigate it so that we can be respectful of the report,
right,
and what's involved within the report.
Yeah. Well, I was speaking to, they make references to previous reports within this report.
I understand. So I think the question related to our transit people is that they have a plan, and it will be in conjunction with the report.
Okay. Well, one other one I found in another, and I'll ask this through you to the general manager. We speak to about the 10-year plan. I just found interesting that in 2022 Info 38 Benefits of Extension Project 6.1 by 2070. The extension would enable. So we are looking into the future, and I hope by then we've evolved in our transportation system where we might have sort of like the Jetsons. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Neal. Councillor Neal? Push your request to speak button again, please. Councillor Neal?
Councillor Neal, we're having a difficult time hearing you right now. You might need to check your settings for your microphone. There should be a button to the right of the request to speak for microphone and camera. Those should be gray to indicate that they are active.
Councillor Neal? Mr. Clerk, Councillor Neal. Mr. Clerk, we have done this 3 times now. We will now move on to any additional questions. Seeing none, recorded vote was called by Councillor Mayor Pietri on this item. Remember, members of council, give it a second after the request comes up before you push the button, and I'll call the vote now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Recorded vote is opening now. I apologize, Councillor Nicholson, you're the last remaining vote. Thank you. We'll note it as a yes.
Okay. So that carries. Members of the clerk has noted that you're in for yeah. Yes, you are there as a yes vote, Councillor Nicholson. We'll move on to item 7.3, report 2023 Cal 12 approval to retain Infrastructure Ontario for project management services for the first phase of revitalization of Durham Regional Local Housing Corporation properties. The report is located on page 13. I'm looking for a mover, Mayor Roy. I'm looking for a seconder, Councillor McDougall. The item is now on the floor. Okay, Mr. Clerk, I see no questions on this. I will call the vote. All those in favor? In opposition? Seeing none, that carries. Members of council, last item is report Cal 2023-Cal 13, located on page 30. Sorry, just 1 second. Okay, there is a recommendation here. Could I get a mover? Okay, Councillor Leahy, seconded by Councillor Kerr. The item is now on the floor. Mayor Foster.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll just make a note that for those in the know, my wife until very recently was the minister at that church, so I would have declared a conflict of interest. However, 2 weeks ago, she left that charge and is working in another church. So for those that might have been shaking their head or wondering if I should have declared, that is the reason I did not. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak to this item? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, I'll call the vote now. All those in favor? In opposition? Seeing none, that carries. Mr. Clerk, that is the business for the morning. There are no confidential matters. I'm going to adjournment. Councillor Brenner, move adjournment. Seconded by Councillor Anderson. On adjournment. All those in favor? In opposition? There's one in opposition. That carries. Have a great, wonderful, safe day.